What is good, YouTube? What is good? Welcome into another show, LastWord Productions. Here for the first time on Wednesday night, coming in a little later, just to see how many people actually come through and actually appreciate the later time. So, for those who are not doing so already, man, if you're tuning in, be sure to hit like, subscribe on the YouTube channel, man. Hit the bell notification, be notified whenever we do go live. And remember, I'm also on multiple other platforms, such as TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm everywhere, man. Just look at the handle LastWord Productions. But before we get into tonight's show, man, I always got to introduce my counterparts, man. Got my boy Gino here. He's sporting a new name today. What was up, bro?
Good up, man. Chill up. Man, ready for the day.
For sure. Yo. Mike, how you feeling, bro?
Good, man. Let's be alive. Let's get to it.
For sure. How about you, Breeze? What's the word?
I'm chilling, bro. What's good? Stirring the pot a little bit, but I'm chilling.
For sure, as always. But yeah, man. So hey, let's get right into it, man. I want to speak on the divisional round and the results. And as we all know, the things that transpired, a lot of things occurred that many people didn't see coming or many people believe shouldn't have happened. But we're going to get right into it. And I want to speak on the first thing I want to speak on the Bills and the Broncos because there are several stories coming out of that game. So before I get into what I want to say, I'm going to ask y'all this specific question first before we get into it for real. As we all know, Sean McDermott was relinquished of his duties as the head coach after the game, probably, I believe, the next day or the day after that, whichever one. My question is, I'm going to direct this to you first, Mike. Do you believe that was the right move by the Bills?
Do I agree with him getting fired? Yeah. I don't agree with the reason that they gave for why they fired him, though. Like, I don't think you can be – like, you got to be what your hallmark is, right? If you're an offensive mind, you got to be able to score points. If you're a defensive mind, you got to be able to get stops. And during his tenure, even though they've made the playoffs a lot and they won a lot of playoff games, you've given up 32 points a game in the playoffs. And so it puts more stress on your offense. Now, granted, this particular game, Josh Allen was doo-doo on a stick. Like, he was shit. Trash. Yeah, 5 turnovers. Probably his worst playoff game that he's had, honestly, to date. When you think about all of the playoff games he's had up to this point, probably his worst performance considering all the turnovers and the positions that he put his team in, knowing he was already at a deficit playing the Broncos, playing them on the road. But I think he should have honestly would have let him go a couple years ago. So I wasn't mad if they let him go. I just think blaming it on like saying, oh, it's this game and the fact that you went in the locker room and players was crying and all of that, I think that's a cop-out. Like, just be honest. Like, we didn't feel like we were going to get to the next level. We thought we couldn't get over the hump with him as the head coach. We appreciate what he's done, but we're just looking for something a little more, to try to get us over to that next level and just leave it at that. But when you say dumb stuff like, oh, I went to the locker room and players was crying and, that ultimately led to my decision, fuck out of here, bro. Like, we know what it is. We watch the games just like everybody else. So I'm good with it.
Okay. What you got, Breeze?
I'm not going to lie. The firing, I agree with it. It's just the timing, if you want to be real. I think this firing is a little too late. I think because it was too late, you missed out on a lot of good candidates that could have maxed out on what you have with Josh Allen and James Cook, because let's be real, that's pretty much all you got over there. So it was a lot of offensive minds, a lot of good coaches in the coaching carousel that you could have brought in. But you waited forever. I understand, you want to give them a chance, but after a bunch of timely mistakes, not having your players ready to play in the biggest moments, terrible clock awareness, there comes a time where you got to say, you know what, it's time for a restart. And I think you waited until Josh Allen is turning, 31? Which he's not.
He's only 29.
No, I'm about to say not even this.
He turned 30 end of May, I think. Yeah.
So he's turning 30. So you wait until he turns 30, which he's not out of his prime by any stretch of the imagination. But you wait until he turns 30, and the new extension is going to kick in. And if you, my bad, y'all, my dog want to say hi. You wait until the new extension kicks in to bring in a new coach. And right now, I really think the Bills don't have much to offer but Josh Allen and James Cook. So if they were going to do this, I think they should have did this before they got that massive extension on Josh Allen, which I'm not saying Josh didn't deserve it, but if you were going to do that, you should have did it then. And now we just got to see what they're going to do moving forward, because in that division that they're in, it's going to be them and New England, honestly. But the way New England looking like a juggernaut for the next 5 to 7 years. So we'll see how it goes, man. But I agree with the firing, but just not the time of it. Should have been done sooner.
Okay. What's going on, Will? But what you got, Gino?
I mean, I'm gonna agree with everybody. I agree with the firing. I kind of hesitated for a minute when I heard the GM and the owner with the whole Keon Coleman thing, because now I wonder how much upstairs is a complete clown show to even do something like that, in my opinion.
Man.
But you know what? We can figure that out with the next coach. Because all I'm gonna say is, if he goes somewhere else with kind of better stability upstairs, and he can get that team to the next level, then I'm more concerned about what's going on upstairs. But I've never liked Sean McDermott like that anyway, so I really think it's more him that needs to go. But what I saw from that GM and that owner, me personally, I know you can't fire an owner, but it's like all three of them might need to go.
Okay. Well, you there? You want something you want to say? Anything you want to add?
What was the exact topic, bro? Sorry, I missed it. I came in late.
The question was the firing of Sean McDermott the right move?
Yeah, I actually think it was too late. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think this should have happened a couple years ago. After that 13-second debacle, like, absolutely not. He should have been going after that. Like, I know things happen, but that was completely unexcusable by any coaching standard whatsoever. Especially for a guy you believe to be as good as he was deemed, by this media personnel, how they talked about him in the building, yada yada. Like, I just think that it actually took longer than it should have.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, I view the Sean McDermott firing and it being too late is the same way I view the Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh situation in terms of the coach. I believe outstaying their welcome. And even Mike Tomlin. I said this about all three of these coaches last season. I said I felt like these guys are given the leash that they're given, specifically Harbaugh and McDermott, because elite quarterback play is literally saving their jobs. I literally believe that's what it was. If Josh Allen doesn't become the phenom that he is, I think Sean McDermott is gone a long time. Now, granted, I gotta give Sean McDermott credit. He has pretty much helped the Bills rise to a higher level at this point, because before he got in the building, this was a team that couldn't make the playoffs. He gets there his first year. They go from below 500 to above 500 team, and they pretty much, he brings in the staff to help Josh Allen's development, and they go from there. And they've been consistently not only just competing, but winning divisions, winning playoff games, 12-plus wins a year. So I give him credit for that, but there's a clear ceiling there that just wasn't going to break. And that was the same thing I've been saying with Tomlin. It's been the same thing I've been saying with Harbaugh. At some point, you just see that there's a clear ceiling, or like just a height that's never going to be surpassed with this guy. And it's not to say he can't go be successful somewhere else, but it is to say with this team in this particular situation, I just don't see it happening. So I agree. The firing, to me, in my opinion, was the best move for them. And I think, honestly, they could have done it 2 years ago. And I thought it would have been a good move. But, that's neither here nor there. We live in the now. So, but before we move on to the next thing, I want to ask y'all this in regards to the game specifically. So, as Mike alluded to earlier, Josh Allen did not play a great game by any means, at least not by his, standards that he's set for himself or what we expect from him. So my thing is, what what do we believe has to happen in order for Josh Allen to make that next step? Because I told y'all coming into the game and going into the playoffs, like, there's no excuses for me, gang. Like, I don't believe he should have went out there and lost. I think Josh Allen should have been in the Super Bowl at the very least, in my opinion, going through the AFC gauntlet that we've seen. But since he isn't, there has to be questions about what is there that needs to happen, excuse me, in order for him to reach that next level. So I'm gonna ask you first, Gino. So what do you think needs to happen next for him to reach that next level?
To me, this is simple. I look over to Philadelphia last year. I look at what Howie Roseman did and everything to create a situation where my quarterback can do less. That's what I want. Now, obviously, Josh Allen is better than Jalen Hurts. Obviously, Josh Allen can do a lot of things better, better than Jalen Hurts. But I feel like sometimes the flaws with these teams is that they ask too much of these quarterbacks when we've seen lesser quarterbacks get by with getting the appropriate help and not needing to do as much as needed. Like, to be honest, when you look at Jalen Hurts last year, if it was starting to even get sticky, I can just get a ball to Saquon Barkley. I can let AJ Brown do what he needs to do, or I can just let that defense just come after you and just take over. Like, I feel like if I was to get the Buffalo Bills, obviously it's not gonna happen overnight. But no more Keon Coleman's, no more guys who bust. And again, that's not a promise, but I would do everything in my power to make it to where my quarterback doesn't have to do all of that, because sooner or later, no matter who you are, you're going to have a bad game. You're going to need your team to help you to some degree. So when I look at even when I think about Jared Goff, less is best for him. The more you ask of him, the more problems it's going to be. Sooner or later, he's going to throw an interception. Now he in his head. The Lions got to the NFC Championship when the more that they could do less, the more Goff could do less and just play football. If you make a mistake, we could overcome it. Even the Houston Texans game, just bringing that up. 5 turnovers, defense gets you stopped. Gibbs make a play. St. Brown make a stop. That's how you get to the end of the game to where you have a chance. So if I'm the Buffalo Bills, I'm not going to Josh Allen and saying, "Hey man, we about to crank it up." And I need you, Josh Allen, to be Josh Allen, but I want you to know we are about to do less. Look over to Philadelphia, and we're gonna try to set you up to do as less as possible, but it's gonna be more impactful because you're the better quarterback. But I think that a lot of these teams, again, when I look at San Francisco, San Francisco hasn't won a championship, but I'm not about to ask Purdy to do the world. Can he do the world sometimes? Of course. But San Francisco, Philadelphia, in those situations where you ask those quarterbacks to do less, you start to get better. You start to get better results. Everybody's not Peyton Manning. Everybody's not prime Tom Brady. Everybody's not Patrick Mahomes at his best. The vast majority of these quarterbacks, even the great ones, would benefit from I just had to do less. And to me, it starts with the general manager. No more Keon Coleman's. No more blown picks. No more miscommunication. No more it was his fault, my fault. No more hot potato with the pick. Take some ownership and get better players. And then look, if it's Josh fault after that, if you have a game where it's 10, 12, 11, and it's Josh fault, well, okay, that's going to be Josh fault. But everybody upstairs, hey, man, have them do less. Because if you have them do the same and have them to do more, it's going to be the same conversation 5, 6 years from now. And that's not a shot at Josh. I just don't think you should be asking these quarterbacks to do as much as they are doing now.
Okay. What you got, Mike?
So he need a number one receiver. Let's just start with that. That's the most obvious, clear hole they got. They got a bunch of twos and fews, some threes and fours, really. And the fact that Shakir is your best receiver or Brandon Cooks is your best receiver, and that nigga wasn't on the roster until week 12 or whenever y'all got him is a problem. It should never happen. Not with the trade deadline, not with as many disgruntled receivers as we've been seeing around the league, the AJ Browns and others that would love to play, meaningful football again or whatever the case is. Granted, they did make the playoffs. So if I'm them, you're a perennial playoff team, I would first elevate Joe Brady to head coach. You don't need to go get nobody else. Let Joe Brady do it. And let him, because they already got the relationship. You don't need to switch up you don't need a whole new offense. You don't need a whole new philosophy right now. Elevate Joe Brady to head coach. Then I'm trading that first round pick and packaging it with either a pick next year or a later pick in the same draft. I'm trading them to the top 10 to get the best receiver coming out this year, whether that's Cardinal Tate, which is, I mean, to me it is, or if you believe it's Jordan Tyson from ASU, whoever the fuck you think the number one receiver is, Lemon from USC, whoever, I'm going to get that motherfucker ASAP. Definitely no more Keon Coleman's and shit like that. But at the same time, after hearing the press conference today, you also got to kind of wonder, is Keon Coleman being
sabotaged?
Developed? Yeah, is he being developed properly? Is he being sabotaged? Because ain't no way in hell you get your happy-go-lucky, goofy ass in front of a microphone after we just lost a game 3-4 days ago. And you talking about, oh, that wasn't his decision. The coaching staff is what pushed for him. So now if I'm Keon Coleman, I know the coaching staff that's no longer going to be the coaching staff now. He was just firing my head coach are the people that wanted me. Everybody else was pretty much like, we don't really want that nigga like that. On top of the fact that regardless of what his behavior is or whatever the case may be, you don't have any receivers. So you should never have a game where he's a healthy scratch and you got niggas like TJ Shavers who we never heard of playing football. You got niggas like Gabe Davis you had to go back and get again because the Jags cut the nigga because he tore his ACL last year. Then he turned around and tear it again this year. It should never happen. Like it's a whole lot of coaching mishaps and just bad handling of everything within that organization. And it begs to, like, it leaves you thinking this is why y'all can't get over the hump. Josh has to play better. That shit he did was absolutely not it at all. But there's far too many more occasions that we've seen where he's played top tier, best type quarterback in the league football, and y'all still have come up short. Why is that? It starts from the top. McDermott deserves blame for the defensive aspect, but at the same time, you missing on draft pick after draft pick after draft pick. You swapping picks with the Chiefs, who you can't beat already, and letting them go get another receiver. Granted, Xavier Worthy hasn't like blown the world or set the world on fire, but I promise you, if that nigga was playing with Josh, he'd have did better than what the fuck we saw. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're doing things that are counterproductive to getting you to that next step. So go get your number one receiver, revamp that defense. I'm going D tackle because Ed Oliver, even though he's a dog, is consistently hurt. Going D tackle and secondary. You got to get a corner. Them corners is burnt toast. Bringing Tre'Davious White back at 40 after you didn't pay him and traded him 2-3 years ago, not it. He can't be your best corner. Now, granted, he played a good ball. He cannot.
He's not the best corner.
He can't be, though. He can't be your best corner. Teron Johnson, same thing. Solid, but he hurt a lot. Can't be your best corner at this point. The best corner you got was, Benford at this point, but Buddy is not.
Benford's solid.
He's solid, but he's not on the level of the receivers that you got to deal with in the AFC consistently for him to be your number one corner. So you got two choices. You either make a trade this summer for a vet, like an A.J. Brown who want to get the fuck out of Philly. If you don't want to take on this money, like I said, trade up and get you the best receiver coming out in the draft this year, and then go DB. Second round, third round, whatever you got to do. But you got to build this roster out. We got to rebuild this defense. You got to get rid of some of these big-ass contracts you got for players that are good but injury-prone. Like Matt Milano, all-pro linebacker when he playing. Problem is his ass ain't playing at the time. You paid Russo, he on the field, but then that's it. Joey Bosa was a cool pickup. He stayed healthy for the first time in a long time. Cool. But he was on a one-year deal. He's a free agent now. So it's like you got a lot of shit you got to get done, and you ain't really got much time to do it. Because if I'm Josh, I ain't bullshitting. Y'all done let my coach go. I didn't want y'all to do that. If y'all fuck me over roster-wise again this year, I'm not staying after this year, bro. I'm going to fuck how much I want to win for Buffalo. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be another Jim Kelly. It's not going to happen.
Okay. What you got, Breeze?
I ain't gonna lie to you. This is just like the Aaron Rodgers situation in Green Bay, if y'all remember. But a huge part of this, Josh is he gonna have to take accountability, bro, and he's gonna have to cover up a lot of deficiencies. Because I don't know if y'all remember, he signed that Patrick Mahomes type deal, that huge extension. I think it was like I think it was somewhere in that ballpark. Like Pat got like a 10-year deal, but they spread the money out so far. And Josh got something similar to that, like a huge long-term contract. So
yeah, it was 6 years. Yeah.
So he's on the books, bro. This is what happened when you sign those massive contracts. Like we can say a bunch of stuff about, Brady being the GOAT and he made the most out of nothing, but Brady took massive pay cuts to get players for that system. Like they didn't have always the star-studded rosters, but they got players that were perfect for that system. So if the system is Josh Allen, they're paying Josh Allen all that money to be the system. So I'm holding that on them. And T, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm hearing people say, "Oh, this is gonna be his easiest path to the Super Bowl." It wasn't. It wasn't, because if you really look at it, Jacksonville, that defense was something serious. The who did they play in the second round? The Broncos, that defense is something serious.
That defense fell off the second half of the year, but okay, keep going.
And if they would have played the Patriots or the Texans in the AFC Championship, both defenses are something serious. I hate the narrative that when we're like, oh, then the road was going to be easy because of the quarterbacks he would have played, but he's not playing against the quarterbacks. He's playing against the defenses. Like Buffalo's defense, I don't know what you be seeing in Buffalo team when you're like, oh, they had a top line this and the defense is good, bro. The team is not good, bro. It's not. It's not. It's literally top heavy. It's James Cook and Josh Allen and the Guppies. That's it. Like it's literally just that. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him, bro, but I just don't see. I know you like, their offensive line is ranked this and no, bro. It's bad. It's bad. But Josh gonna have to eat that because he signed that 6-year deal. He's on the books for a while. I don't even think, did the extension even kick in yet?
It kicked in last year. Well, this year.
So he got what, 5 years left?
He should have 4 left. I'll double check, but it should be about 4 left.
So 4 years. Really the best they can do, bro, is they got to go all in right now. I don't think they have time to sit there and develop young receivers, bro. I think they do need to go get that AJ Brown. I do think they got to shore up that O-line. They better go take a page out of Chicago's notebook because Chicago fixed that O-line on the fly. Going to get Joe Tooney and bringing in these vets, and they shored up that line. So you got a lot of work to do, but time isn't of the essence. Like, I don't think they have time to sit there and, full blown, okay, wait on another receiver to develop and all these different things. I really think they gotta fix this on the fly. Like, they don't have time to rebuild. They got to sit there and plaster and stitch and put paint, cosmetic rebuild. They got to do some fast thinking, bro, because you don't want a situation where, I'm not saying Josh Allen is going to be Aaron Rodgers, but you don't want that Aaron Rodgers type of situation where he gets pissed off, where he's disgruntled, where he's angry, where he's threatening, okay, man, I want to get out of here because you can't fucking build a team around him, honestly.
So I looked up that contract, Breeze. So he signed, it was 6 years, 330, 250 guaranteed. They wanted to make sure he got more than what Deshaun Watson's guarantees were, which I think was 240. But he got 147 of that at signing, and he gets 220 out of the 250 in the first 4 years. He already got 147. So for the next 3 years, that's another almost $80 million that they're going to break down overall. And it's, according to this, the capology experts, is actually team friendly. It gives them flexibility and cap relief in the immediate future while securing him long term. So they do have more flexibility than what we think, I guess, based on this. But he got about 4 years left. You've already collected $180 million, including this year's salary. So about $190 million out of that 250. So he did him a favor. He got his bread up front, but he gave him a lot of cushion on the back end for them to build that roster to be sustainable for the long term. So they ain't got no fucking excuse.
So with that, do you think they're flexible enough to actually rebuild the roster the way they need to, or because
you got to stop missing on draft picks? You can't keep wasting draft picks and missing on first and second round picks. That shit ain't gonna get.
Yeah, and not
it can only, like, it don't matter. It could be Pat Mahomes. It could be anybody. Like, even with Pat, like, they drafted Xavier Worthy. He ain't did shit yet. So, like, you at a certain point, your quarterback cannot continue to bail you out of bad decisions. Just because you have a great quarterback doesn't mean you get to be a shitty GM and keep your job because y'all get to the playoffs every year and win games. That's not it. We got to start judging niggas on their merit. Just like we judging Josh on the fact that even though he's great, he played like dog shit and he needs to play better. To judge that nigga, whatever dude name is, the same way. Like, bro, you're trash at your job right now. And he got a promotion. Like, how? You're not even good at what you're doing right now.
Yeah. And what I'm saying, Breeze, is I look at it like this. I'm asking for 2 good drafts. Lions went from worst to NFC title game putting back-to-back draft. Like St. Brown, those guys developed in basically 2 years. Philadelphia, defensive tackles, cornerbacks. Obviously, they did some free agent moves as well. That was 2 years. The rebuild with McVay really was like 2 drafts, 2 years. Like I'm asking Buffalo, or I'm at if it was if it was my team's not, but if it was my team, and we right at the doorstep, quote unquote, we at least in the playoffs. I'm asking my GM, I need 2 drafts, bro. I'm asking you for 2 back-to-back drafts. If it don't work out to 2 back-to-back drafts, well, you can't go get somebody like AJ Brown. Well, I need a GM out of here at that point because, like, I saw Philadelphia in 2 drafts change their fortunes. I've seen St. Louis, LA, who was supposed to be dead after trading Stafford, rebuild their team. I've seen Seattle make the right move the last draft and 1 draft. Like if I am if I am Buffalo fans, coach, or whatever, hey man, I'm asking for 2 drafts, or I'm asking for that AJ Brown hit. If you don't believe in that, like I'm asking for these just 2 draft capitals to turn into something that I need to fill this roster out. If that's not something that you can give me, you should be out the door with McDermott as well. Because obviously they're not. Obviously, we're not sending Josh Allen out the door. That's not happening. So for me, hey man, you need to hit on the draft because that is the only capital that we can even afford to take at this point. So that's all I'm asking for. GM, do your job, hit on those 2 drafts, and then from there we can fill this roster out. Josh, we're scaling you back not because you're not good enough, but the truth is, bro, there's only like 2 dudes that can do this.
Yeah. And we saw like it's the same thing. Like earlier in his career when he had to do a lot, he was turning that bitch over a lot. They went and got him Diggs. He was able to calm down a little bit. Turnovers went way down. Production went way up. It's the same thing now. You took Diggs away. You took Coleman thinking he was going to be something that he's not. And then you really sabotaging him because you're not even really developing him because you didn't want him. So, like, what favors are you doing him at this point? Like you said, 2 drafts. They went and got Cooper DeJean, Quinion, 1 draft. Then you turned around and had Carter 1 year and then Davis the year before that. And that's it. Like, and them paid dividends immediately. Like rookie corners making plays to win you a Super Bowl. Turn around a second year, now Quinion, all-pro corner. Like 2 drafts. That's all it takes, bro. 2 intelligent, common sense ass drafts. You're gonna pick bottom 5 to 6 every. You're gonna be in the bottom 6 picks every year, just about, because you're gonna make the playoffs. Even if you don't win a division because of the Patriots, you'll probably be a wild card. It's not 7 teams in the AFC better than them. But at the same time, you got to know what to do with them picks. You can't be missing because you pick Keon, who you didn't want, and then Lad McConkey go to the Chargers the next pick. Like, you just got to know what you're doing.
But can we be real for a second though? I know we said Xavier Worthy ain't live up to his draft status, but I think that's more grace given to Andy Reid than it is Xavier Worthy. I'll tell you why. Because when Andy Reid was in Philly, he always had speedy receivers. Always. So that speedy receiver prototype fits in his scheme. Like they don't need Worthy to go out there and light it up Randy Moss type shit, but he's a very good decoy. Like him just taking the top off of coverage is going to allow a lot of intermediate for Kelsey, for Juju Smith-Schuster, for all the receivers that they have. So he fits into the scheme. The scheme in Buffalo is just Josh, fuck it. Yeah, that's literally the scheme. Like there's no I don't see no type of I really don't see no type of mythical play calling where it's like, okay, you know what, Josh, we're gonna get the most out of you on this play. The play is literally just okay, down, but read nothing, Josh, spin around, pirouette, run backwards, run to the side, make something happen, drop back, amazing play. There's no system. Like he doesn't have a great offensive mind as a coordinator. So when we're like they're whiffing on first round picks, I just think that the people that they're taking don't fit whatever they were trying to make happen. Because Keon Coleman coming out of Florida State, he was no crazy super fundamental wide receiver. He was just an athletic freak. Just throw the ball up and he's gonna go get it. But is that what Josh Allen needed at the time? Because Diggs was what? Diggs was a route aficionado. Diggs can go crazy all the pause. Diggs can do everything on the field. So what are you doing really with your coordinator? Like what really are you doing, bro? Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't. It's really because we can say go get AJ Brown, but whoever's calling the play is AJ Brown gonna fit their scheme? Mind you, I'm not saying AJ Brown can't play in any scheme, but are you gonna use AJ Brown to get the most out of him? That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, and not dragging along. All I'm saying is, Breezo, GM upstairs, you need to figure out how this can, in your type of way, mirror what's going on in Philadelphia. Great defense, strong run game, and even when you have a bad game, we can put you in that shell like we do Jalen Hurts and protect you from yourself. And then when you're ready mentally to get back at it, then get back at it. Other than that, all them dudes gonna get fired. And it's no offense, to anybody. All of them gonna be gone except Josh. So if I'm the GM, like, my bad. I don't want to take all wheel time. I know, bro, chilling.
Or you just send them to Indy, man. That's all you do.
You go ahead, Will. What you got?
I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot what we was talking about, bro.
Nigga
These boys
giggling
is-
the whole
these-
time. I don't know what we talking about.
Basically, what's
That-
next, Josh Allen? What he has to do, or what has to be done to improve his game, or to ascend to another level?
Oh yeah. He just needs a real dominant weapon. I mean, even though his tight ends are good, but even though his tight ends is good, hey yo, that he don't have no number one weapon, and on top of them being good, they stay injured. So like his only actual threats stay injured. And then you got Keon Coleman, but I'm not gonna go as far as to say they're sabotaging him because this is what the end of year two. In the middle of year two, he started getting benched because he has shown no progression whatsoever. He's being immature. He's out on the field dancing. Yeah, I mean his teammates is telling him he needs to grow up, and he's not listening to them. Like when you're getting called out publicly by your teammates because you're not listening in practice, like it shows me more character flaw on your end for your profession rather than me going out of my way to say that he could be getting sabotaged. I don't see that. So I think they need a real weapon, like a real number one. Um, and then hopefully it all improves, man. I mean, we know who Josh Allen is. We know what he can do with the right weapons. I think it's just highly ironic that the 1 year his defense is good enough for him to win, and they're making stops. At the end of the game, throughout the games, he has his worst game in the playoffs of his career. So
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, man. The thing Josh Allen needs most is Josh Allen to get out his own way. If I'm being honest with y'all, I don't think it's any more complicated than that. I've said this the last 3 years, and I alluded to these games multiple times because they're evident of who Josh Allen is as a player. I get it. We don't want him to play hero ball. We think he should play more structured. He needs offensive mind to help him control himself, essentially. This is who Josh Allen is. This has always been Josh Allen. He's a wild card, bro. That's who he's been his entire career. He's a guy that will go out there, throw 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, come out the next week, a touchdown, maybe 2 picks and a fumble. This is just who
Bro,
he is.
what do I tell y'all, bro? He got that Big Ben syndrome, guys. He
So
literally
it's like, bro, like
he'll
when
go crazy and then be absolutely unrecognizable next week.
like, bro, so when we sit here, we say these things about he need X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. Bro, he's had all this shit in his career at some point of time. He needed a top receiver. They went and got Stephon Diggs, and he became an all-pro with him. They needed a top defense. He went 3 straight years with a top 5 defense. One of
But
the
what
years
about the playoffs,
in the
bro?
league.
We can't act like they haven't been completely different defenses in the playoffs. So
Exactly, bro. T likes to harp on.
But listen,
throughout
but
the
listen,
season they were rated top 5.
But listen, this is the shit that I don't like, and I really don't appreciate what y'all be doing, bro. Y'all sit here, y'all tell me that shit, right? And y'all will base that off of the Chiefs game that they lost.
No,
But
they
then when
base
it
it off
comes
every
down-
year. Nigga.
Hold on, time out. When it comes down to the next 4 years after that, y'all completely just forget about these games. When the
Bro,
Bengals came to town and they beat up on Buffalo, Josh Allen played. That was at that time. That was his worst playoff game.
Okay.
After that, he went. The Kansas City Chiefs came back to Buffalo. The Bills, not the Bills. I'm tripping. The Bills did forced 2 turnovers when Patrick Mahomes fumbled. and when I believe it was Isaiah Pacheco fumbled at the goal line. They didn't score not one of those turnovers. On top of the fact Josh Allen had the ball to end the game, he misses Stephon Diggs for a first down, and he misses Gabe Davis for a touchdown. And then we go back last season. We down 3, minute 50 left on the clock. We need to get down the field, at least get a field goal. We can't do it. This season, Dawson Knox wide open. We missing throws. OT 0-7 now because we can't make the throw that's there. At some point, I get it, bro. Number one weapon, defense, personnel, all that could be better for sure. But at some point, we have to say he's not doing the job or making the plays that are there to be made.
Bro, no doubt. We always say that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, T.
No, but the thing is, bro, we can sit here and we can say the GM need to do this, they need to do that, all we want. We could go the last 6 years, and at some point he's had these things, or they've done things to put in place for these things to happen. Like whether it was Stephon Diggs and them paying Emmanuel Sanders with him, whether it's the emergence of James Cook now. The only thing is that the only thing I ever gave the Bills flake on for not doing for him was building a consistent run game. But with James Cook now, that's kind of, that's out the door now. But now with these things going on with the running game, what it is, they don't have a receiver now. So I would give him that grace, but I can't say that's part of the problem as it stands now when he's not making the throws that are there to be made.
Yeah. So you said the run game consistent?
Yeah, I mean, you have the leading rusher in the league. How is it not?
No, I'm just saying you said the run game consistent, right?
This year, yeah. I said this year.
You sure? It wasn't in the playoffs.
Because against Jacksonville, James Cook turned into Cook James.
James Cook didn't just have a good game?
That's the point of inconsistency. One, then one. Like you keep saying it's consistent. It hasn't been consistent, bro.
Well, so he has one. Time out. See, this should be talking.
If we play 2 games,
just said,
and I have one good game.
I didn't answer Breeze. I let you talk. I didn't interrupt none of y'all when y'all spoke. Gino just said 10 minutes ago, you're bound to have a bad game. It happens to every player. So, but now James Cook, the nigga who's been going insane the entire year, had one off game against the best Russian defense in the fucking league. Now he's inconsistent. No, you're missing.
Why does that? Why do we get to use that? Why does that matter?
What do you mean? Why does that matter? You just said the second argument for Josh Allen. Breeze.
Time out. Hey, Mike. Then we just say.
Hold on.
Out your own mouth that he needs to make the plays that are there. Correct.
Yes.
But we also acknowledge that he doesn't have a true number one receiver. Right? Is that fair?
Yeah.
We all said to start this topic off that he played like dog shit on a hot summer's day in that game against the Broncos.
I didn't say that.
We agree that he played like shit, point blank.
Shit, I did.
Right. Even with him playing like shit, he got him downfield. They got the OT. He gets to OT. He throws a pass, which I felt like should have been a little more out in front to Cooks. But at the end of the day, the nigga had it in his hands and got it snatched like a little kid on his way to the ground. Like,
but you just said it's a bad ball.
I think it's a bad ball, but it's still in your hands as the receiver.
It's not like I don't think it's a bad ball, but it wasn't perfect.
Right. It should have been caught. I'm just saying what I said. I personally stated in the chat, and we was watching the game together, that it was I felt like he should have led it a little bit more. I feel like that was
yeah.
But he still had the ball in his hand, and he literally got it snatched out going to the ground. He makes that catch. They win that game, even with him playing like shit. So you can say on one hand, yeah, make the throws that's there. But then when I make throws and niggas don't do their part to finish a playoff, that's also still on him because it goes in the stat sheet as a fucking interception. It don't go down as a drop. It go down as a pick. So you gotta look at the shit in totality. All turnovers are not created equal. We all know that.
Hold on. Can I say something real quick? So my only thing is it's so nuanced, right? Because just like you said, versus the Jags, they had the number one rushing defense, and Josh Allen made all the plays to win. He made all the plays to win that game, right? Cool.
The defense played well too, bro.
They gave up 24 points.
Bro, okay. Bro, who cares, bro? Who cares? That's T, don't do that. T, don't do that. We're not even talking about that.
They played a good game.
Okay, no one's talking about defense. No one said they didn't.
What the fuck?
You're trying to elude the other thing, bro. You're trying to elude the other things to prove a point. All I'm saying is Josh Allen made the plays to win the game. Now, this with the last week when he played Denver, he didn't make the plays. Cool. He didn't make all the plays towards the end to win. But at some point, it has to be like, okay, we understand he didn't make the plays. Let's move on. Like we all said, let's go draft the number one. And that goes back to when you were talking about at one point he had Stephon Diggs, yada yada. And then the defense was giving up 40 points in the playoffs. Or he had,
Who they
you
gave up
had Stephon.
other than the Chiefs? I'm genuinely asking.
That's the point. They gave up 40 points.
Ain't that the team they lost to?
Yeah, but I'm saying
The team that won the Super
what
Bowl,
happened?
the best team in the league.
So what happened the 3 other
But
years?
what, bro? But what I'm saying is, even when the things are going right, we can't always say, "Oh, Josh Allen got to get out of his way," because he's still putting his team in best positions a lot of these years. This year, absolutely. Versus the Bengals, absolutely. I believe those 2 games were on him. That is perfectly fine to say, but we can't just make it seem like every year he's the reason that they're losing. Absolutely not,
It's
bro.
not that
Because
he's the reason. I don't believe he's the reason, but I do.
you don't believe he's the solution. Is
I
pretty much
believe. No, I'm not saying that, but he's coming up short. That 2 things can be true at once. He very much so is the reason why they are where they are. There's no denying that. I said this about 3 pods ago. I believe for what he's asked to do on a consistent basis, was the best quarterback in the league this year based on what he's asked to do. I truly believe that.
You sure?
But at the same time, huh?
Sure?
Yeah, based off what he's asked to do.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you. With everything, if you want to package it all up, go look at that kid out there in Los Angeles. He should have.
I know you told me that, bro. I'm done with that nigga.
With what they had to deal with, bro.
I'm done with him until he can prove it.
Listen, you're not listening. With what they
get
had
what
to
you're
deal
saying,
with,
Breeze. You're gonna tell me the weapon's not there.
the weapon's not there. The line ain't there. You just said, "Oh, he got the lead rusher.
Sorry, making him out.
Top 5 O line. He got this. He got this. The defense played good." I'm just saying, with what they had to
I
deal
get
with.
what you're saying, but what I'm saying,
we literally got these numbers right here, right, for the defense for Buffalo, bro, in the playoffs since 2020, right? They're giving up 33 points a game. They're giving up 54% conversion rate on 3rd down. They're ranked overall success rate. They're 29th. And it's bad. Go from bad to worse, bro. These niggas. So the issue that we had with Josh's starter's career was he was playing hero ball. He was turning the bitch over too much, right? You win and go get him a Stephon Diggs. Cool. Like I said, production goes up, turnovers go down. But you didn't let Stephon Diggs go, send a nigga back to purgatory, and then you don't get a replacement for Diggs at all. The defense gets worse each season. I'm looking at the last 5 years in the playoffs. Their points per game have gotten worse. They're averaging giving up 32.2 points a game. That's the average. The games fluctuate. They've given up 30-something, 40-something, boom, 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 all up and up and up and up. That's not good enough. At the end of the day, I'm going to try to do everything I can to score because in my mind, if I don't score, we're losing. So I'm going to take risk. I'm going to do shit. It's no different than Lamar. The Ravens defense is ass. Lamar takes chances too sometimes because he feel like if I don't score here, it's over with.
That did not be on the Ravens defense, bro.
What Gino said to start with, you have to take some of this shit off your quarterback's plate.
Yeah, consistent run game, but 15 carries for 46 yards.
Yeah, like that ain't.
You pointed out one fucking game,
because they played 2 playoff games.
No, you're not. I'm not giving you that shit. It's one game. If you're gonna tell me playoff games, one game, you're missing me, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, so then explain to me how many games you want us to look at. He's only played in 8 playoff games, bro. So how many games? What game? Or how many playoffs?
Yeah, but you can't say a nigga is inconsistent based off one game.
But it was.
That's like me telling you,
wasn't good.
That's like me telling you you're not a good fucking.
No, coach. James Cook came on the scene the last 2 years, bro. Last year and this year, correct? Is that fair?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so 2 good years of run game. He's been to the playoffs 8 years, 7 out of the last 8 years, whatever the case may be. So 2 good years of run game. Last year in the playoffs, I think James Cook was still consistently good in the playoffs. This year they only played 2 games, bro. So you have to base it off of that.
One game 117, 1 game 45.
Yeah, like that. That's we getting. You can't. That's a 70-yard gap, bro. That's a problem. Because then I know you gotta throw it.
It's not that I'm saying the nigga played tremendous. I'm not saying the James Cook was Ed fucking Barry Sanders out there. I ain't saying none of that shit. What I'm saying is you're not telling me the nigga is inconsistent at what he does because of one game against the top rushing defense in the league. You're not selling me on that shit.
So why do we,
if y'all want to
so
believe
why do we get the
I'm
use
not
the
going
number
for
one
that.
rushing defense in the league? Shit is my question. Like, okay, cool, they're number one, but if you or who you supposed to be, right? You can't do anything like to offset or to at least make them think that we're going to run the ball. It has to all fall back on the quarterback, who you don't
It's
want.
not that it falls back on the quarterback. James Cook just didn't have a good game. I'm not saying none of that's Josh Allen's fault. He
And
didn't have a good game, but that doesn't now mean he's inconsistent. That's my point.
And all I'm saying is going back to what you said with those points again, Mike. What you said those points for defense was again, Mike?
33.2 a game. They're
Okay, so
giving up 55% of third down conversions.
and
They're overall ranked 29th in that span of time in the
and,
playoffs.
and that's why I say all I'm saying is I'm looking over to Philadelphia, who only gave up 19 in a Super Bowl run. Like that's almost 2 possessions right there I can cut down. Like that's why I say when I look at the GM, hey man, you got to cut down them points. Even in Peyton Manning's first championship, like they had a crazy pass rush that was able to constantly get the Colts back the ball. The year after, there was the same complaints about Josh Allen's in terms of when is you gonna get it done, Peyton? So
Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis. Go ahead, cook, Gino. Go ahead, cook, man.
Look back in history, even if you want to solve it, it's just gonna be more help. Even with LeBron James, it got to a point where we realized like, all right, he needs some more help. Like even with Michael Jordan, he needs some more help. It gets to a point where you realize, even with a player, he gonna need more. Like I understand what you say, T. He's had it in time, but what I'm saying is, if I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, I just don't want Stephon Diggs. I want what the Lions want. I want.
For sure, it need to be better. I never said it shouldn't be. It should be.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the gym like I want Diggs and another great receiver because they can do it in Philadelphia, they can do it in LA, they doing it in Seattle. I want two receivers. I want a running back. I want defense. Like if those places can figure it out, and I know Josh got to do his job. Jim, you get paid too. And so, Jim, if we constantly running into this wall, you need to figure it out because at the end of the day, Josh ain't going nowhere in Buffalo. You're gonna be the one that get fired. You're gonna be the one that get blamed. So do yourself a favor. Figure out how you can get a St. Brown and J-Mo like Detroit. Figure out how you can get a JSN and Cooper like Seattle. Figure out how to get two. Figure out how to get a Dwight and Robert, however you need to do it. Because I just, like you said, this is who Josh Allen is. There isn't, like, if this team stays the same, there is no championship. There's only 2 things that gonna happen here. Either the team get better, or we feel like he can't get better at all, and to reach a level of basically Peyton Manning. That's where he is the system. And even again, going to Peyton Manning, he had those 2 pass rushers. So I look at the GM like, hey man, for the sake of your job, you better bring down 25, 32, whatever, to at least 20 points a game.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The shit just is crazy. The nigga score 27, his team give up 30. He scored 30, the team give up 33. I understand they in these close game scenarios, but damn, nigga, help me. Please.
At least one time. Right.
Jesus Christ. Like I score 40, you give up 44.
Let me squander a Philadelphia defensive type performance so then y'all can really kill me. Let me squander a 19 point. You give up 19 and I can't get you 21. Let me get that. But you giving up 33. I constantly got to score damn near 40 to win. That shit annoying. They gave up 30 just Saturday.
Nah, and I'm also gonna say this too, Mike, and you brought this up earlier, Breezo. To get some of that, it might take a restructuring a contract from your best players. So also to help
the best players. They just paid Russo. You just paid I think they paid Ed Oliver.
They did pay Ed Oliver.
Pay Ed Oliver too. So them 2 niggas might have to come to the table. Josh done already did his part. He took all his money up front. So them first 2 years he get hit. Now y'all got all this freedom on the back end.
Especially because they barely showed up. Like, no disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, Ed Oliver was hurt. I think he tore a pec or something.
Oliver was hurt. So.
Yeah, he was hurt.
But what I'm saying is they barely showed up. Like every year they've been in the league, they barely show up in the playoffs. You don't be hearing their names in games at all. Like they're literally just paid to be there. They're regular season guys. Like no BS. So they get a couple. They get a couple little stats throughout the year. They get to the playoffs and they're absolutely booty butt. Like,
you got James and Josh and 51 other guys. That's it. Them other 51 better, hey, come donate, come restructure that project, come do something, bro, because this ain't cutting it. It's not.
Right. But it definitely was Josh Allen's fault, though. This
No, it
game.
was.
I give you.
It was. And every quarterback is going to have games where they're absolute shit or they're garbage or whatever. But if he's absolute shit and they get blown out, I understand. But the fact that he can be absolute shit and they're in these games is mind-boggling to me. Bo Nix broke his ankle and still somehow found a way to cook that defense. I think sometimes we hold these quarterbacks to the standard like they're out there playing linebacker, like they're out there playing corner.
Yes, they're crazy, boy. But we can move on.
See, you so bad, Josh Allen. Don't give credit, bro.
He
want us to hate the nigga, bro.
It's not about Josh, bro. It's not about Josh. That nigga Breeze and not had the same energy last year for Lamar, but that's crazy.
What you mean?
That's crazy.
What you mean?
Bro, yeah.
Bro,
Go.
niggas that had an energy for
No,
Lamar.
What you mean?
Nah,
T.
no.
Hold on.
It's cool. It's cool.
He said niggas want to talk about Lamar.
Hey, yo.
We gonna move on.
Can I ask you a question, T? How many teams in the playoffs has Lamar beat that scored over 14 points, bro?
Shit. Off the top.
None. He can't beat a team that scores over 14. That's not Josh Allen, bro. Josh Allen would have won damn near every playoff game Lamar played.
Okay, bro. Like I said, the energy not the same. Bro.
That's okay, bro.
The energy not the same, bro.
Neither is the play. Neither is the level of play, bro.
You want niggas to be nicer to Lamar? You want niggas to be?
It's not about niggas being nice.
I'm just asking what you want.
Hey, listen, bro. Y'all got it, bro.
I'm just asking.
Hey, Breeze and Mike.
Breeze
and Mike. I'm pulling up, bro.
That's what I'm.
Breeze and Mike. I'm pulling up, bro. We gonna go give Lamar a pat on the back, bro.
Yeah, y'all do that, bro. I'm just saying the energy not. The energy not.
I ain't gonna lie. See, hey, I ain't gonna lie. When they lost, I did post this. I ain't gonna lie.
It's not about the post. It's not about the posting that.
I did post it. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, listen. I'm gonna say this, and I'm done with it, bro. When Lamar last year had the 2 turnovers in the last year playoff game, Breeze got on here, told me and asked me, "You play stellar all regular season, all this other shit. You come in, you have 2 turnovers. What does that now make you?" We get to Josh Allen this year.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen doubles the turnovers, but now it's I shouldn't have to be asked to score all these points or do all these things when I just simply could have a situation or a team that can bail me out or help me out. Because eventually I'm gonna have a bad game.
Damn,
so that's what we not. But that's not the same, bro.
It's a bailout when you ask the defense to do their job, and we saying Josh needs to do his job.
No, what I'm saying is when it was last season, when Lamar drove the Ravens down the field to potentially tie the game and force OT, niggas didn't come tell me, hey, Lamar finished the game as best as he could or strong as he could in the way he did. But Josh Allen last throw could be an interception. It's like, hey man, the defense, they got to do more. But I guess, bro.
We just saying,
because nobody said that.
Give up.
Literally, Breeze said that shit. See, y'all be lying. Y'all be lying, bro.
We just saying, bro. If the defense gonna give up 40 and Josh score 37, I'm gonna give him a little more grace than the guy who lose 10 to 14, bro.
They didn't lose 10 to 14 last season. I'm talking about the game last season in the playoffs. That's the game I'm talking about.
But you're talking about.
But they lost what, 14-7? 17? 14-17.
Come on. If
the score dictates what happens in the game. So now that means we have to measure the game.
Hold on.
No.
Bro, can I say something real quick before you go, Mike? T, that's not the point, bro. The point is we know Josh Allen is going to put up points, bro. Lamar literally loses to every team that scores over 14, bro. That has to be an offensive issue at some point. Like, I understand. I'm not saying Josh Allen's perfect, bro. He's not Brady. Like, we get cool. But you're making it seem like they're the same player in the playoffs, and they're absolutely not, bro. Josh has shown year after year that he's better in the playoffs, bro.
Okay, bro.
Also, the fact that Lamar literally has multiple turnover games in almost every playoff game he's ever played in, except for 2. So
thank you.
At some point, my nigga,
get in the left lane.
Like, I mean, every playoff game I go into is your defense. I gotta know that you're gonna turn that bitch over twice, and I also gotta know that as a defense, I'm gonna have to get you 2 turnovers to offset your turnovers. That's shit.
When the world need this nigga the most, he turned into Aang. He turned into the Avatar. He disappeared. That's all I'm saying.
That's lovely, bro. We can move.
See, I know that's your boy. I know you know Miami. I know that's your boy, but hey,
energy just not the same, bro. It's not. Not, bro. But we're gonna speak on the
It's all
Broncos.
right, bro. We're
We're gonna speak
move
on
on.
the Texans and the Patriots game that did happen. So
That wasn't the game.
I wanted to ask y'all about CJ Stroud before we move into the game itself. So CJ Stroud is coming up on a new contract after this season. I'm not sure if the Texans picked up his 5th-year option or not already. I don't know if they did.
Not
They
yet.
donated it.
But so with that being said, I'm gonna start with you, Mike. I know you're a Stroud guy. You know, what are you doing with CJ Stroud?
I ain't gonna lie, real shit. I'm gonna get straight to it, bro. Nigga, I'm a real talk. This is 3rd year in the league, so actually he got this upcoming season. Then before they got to pick up the 50 option, if they do that instead of paying him, I'm gonna sit that nigga down across from me from D'Amico Ryans. We gonna put the tape on together, my boy. We gonna get some popcorn. We gonna sit here together. And I'm as a defensive coach and as somebody who played on the defensive side of the ball, I'm gonna sit down and look at you right in your face and say, bro, this shit is not it. I know what you can do. We've seen what you can do when you playing at your level. I don't know what the fuck you need to do, nigga. I don't know if you need to see a sports psychologist. But these turnovers,
I gotta turn that off.
These decision making is poor. Nigga, you looking like Bryce looked when they benched that nigga for Andy Dalton. I don't want to have to do it to you, my boy. But if you don't get this shit together, I'm gonna give you the first 5 games next year, pimp. I ain't gonna lie.
Bryce Young's better.
And if you shut your dumb ass up, I'm gonna give you the first 5 games next year, my boy. If you ain't got your shit together by then, if you don't go on a wellness retreat, get close to God, whatever you got to do, stop cheating on your girl. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. After them first 5 next year, I'm gonna bring Davis Mills in, bro. I got you. We got a championship caliber defense at all 3 levels. I know you need weapons back. Tank Dell will be back next year. He didn't play this whole year. Cool. Nico Collins hopefully will start wearing a Guardian cap with his concussion catching ass. That's fine. Joe Mixon will be back next year. So you'll have weapons, nigga. So you really, really won't have, you didn't have an excuse now, but you damn sure will have an excuse next year. I'm giving you 5 games, bro. I'm tired of us starting off slow and having to dig out of a hole every season. I'm tired of us being behind and having to play catch up and getting hot on the back end of the season. We need to be consistent from day one, and that starts with choose the leader of this team as the quarterback. If you can't get it done, as much as I might like you personally, I will find me a motherfucker that will. Point blank.
Okay. What you got, Gino?
Okay. I said this 3 years ago, and I wish Uriah was here because he could validate it, but he's not. Because I didn't want to just keep saying that because obviously as a Michigan fan, it was going to sound like I was hating on CJ Stroud.
I know exactly what you're about to say, bro.
I knew at Michigan, trusting him in a big game is a detrimental thing. Out of all, and Mike will know, Ohio State beat us for a long time. And you can look in the eyes of every Ohio State quarterback, and they just knew they were going to win. It got to the 4th quarter of that Michigan game, and for the first time in like 20 years, I looked into an Ohio State quarterback eyes. I knew he wasn't going to win. He was a little shaky. I knew when we got to Columbus, he didn't know. He didn't feel like he was going to win. It got a little shaky. Like, I'm not saying throw CJ Stroud away, but I'm saying like there could be something there. Now that's somebody who I feel like there's something there mentally that you're gonna have to help them get over. Like you could real deal start, and even when you go back to how great he played at Georgia, they played that game great against Georgia because they were the underdogs. And I would be concerned as Houston, like even when you say that 5 game, Mike, CJ Stroud can get out his head and give you 5 games. But then once those expectations get there again, one thing go wrong, and he's gonna go right back in his head. Yeah. So if I'm Houston, I'm really sitting down, and I'm not trying to sound extreme, but I'm like, hey man, do you need to see a sports psychologist if we're gonna keep you?
For real.
Because from what I've seen, basically going back to you at college, now here, you started off good, expectations got bad. When expectations start to get good and one thing happened, mentally you become shocked. Then you come back, play good, mentally you become shot. Now, obviously, it'll help if offensive players stay healthy. You know, guys have been hurt. You know, I feel like they can have a better run game. But I think, man, as expectations start to rise with CJ Stroud, that's somebody that is bigger than getting players. Because, I mean, they had the better team, in my opinion, in 2023 versus Michigan. It was just something that happened as the game went on. So I just feel like that's something that again, it sounds extreme, but if I'm the Texans, would you mind seeing a sports psychologist if we're gonna pick up that fifth year option and trust you going forward? If not, man, I'm gonna have to get up out of that now.
Yeah.
Because I have a generational defense, and I don't. And if you're not gonna commit to fixing your mental, I mean, nothing I can do there.
Because why pay him, right? You drafted him and Will Anderson pick 2 and 3. So you already got to pay Will Anderson
Yeah,
top 5 DN money off the rip. He just hit the first team All Pro this year. He gonna get paid early. If I don't have to pay you because I can't trust you, then I won't pay you. And it sucks because I feel like you can do it, but you have to show me. And ain't nothing wrong with seeing a sports psychologist. We've been seeing plenty of players get on these podcasts talk about how they went to see sports psychologists and they got their mind right. They found their joy and love for the game again. Do what you find it, bro. Find it. Find it, hold on to it, and play ball, bro. At the end of the day, you playing a game. You get paid millions of dollars to play a game. Enjoy this shit, bro. It's not a problem.
Like
What
top
you
five,
got?
stretch,
What
bro.
you got, Breeze?
Top 5 is a stretch. He's gonna reset the market.
How's that a stretch then, nigga?
No, because top 5 is like, hey, we're gonna. No, he's gonna reset the
They're
market.
not going to give him more than what Miles just got.
No, I don't think he getting more than
Not
one.
getting more than Miles.
Bro, he's gonna. If he's free at the time, if he keep what he's doing, if he keep doing what he's doing, he's gonna reset the market, bro.
That's why I said they're going to pay him early. You pay him early. You don't wait till the end of the deal to pay him. You pay a nigga like that.
Bro, I've seen stranger things. We've seen stranger things happen in sports.
This is not Dallas.
Idiots. We've seen idiots do stupid things.
This is not Dallas.
And anyway, bro, it's in Texas. It can happen. But so, with the CJ Stroud situation, the problem is, bro, they're not asking him to be great. They're not asking him to carry. Even with all the deficiencies on offense that was there, you just didn't have to turn the ball over. That's it. That's really what it was. People want to say Drake. I hear people saying, "Oh, well, Drake may play so well against the number 1 defense in the NFL." No, they were put in such horrible field positions that if they didn't score, that would have been an indictment on Drake May. That's how bad the field position the defense was put in. They would literally get a 4 and out, offense come back on the field, they sip Gatorade and they right back on the field. It was terrible. I don't know. I understand the line was bad. Joe Mixon was out. Nico Collins wasn't there. But when we really sit there and look at it as a whole, your QBR was worse than you just stepping back every play and spiking the ball. If you sat there and dropped back and never completed a pass, just spiked the ball, your QBR would have been better than what you did. How? Like what? Like I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. D'Amico should have just put Davis Mills in, bro. Honestly, I don't care about CJ's feelings at that point. The season is on the line here. It's all or nothing here. It's win or go home. I'm not gonna sit here and cater to you. If you want to cry on the sideline like how you did when we won and we barely scraped into the playoffs, cool. But this is, I ain't gonna lie, that's an indictment on D'Amico. I understand you got to protect your quarterback and evaluate his psyche, but you're not gonna have a generational defense like that for long. You're not. Because we see with great sports group, whether it be basketball, whether it be football, somebody is going to get an outside influence. Somebody, even with Oklahoma City, when they went to the Olympics that year, I forgot who it was. LeBron told James Harden, "Hey, you could be a starter somewhere." And James Harden bounced and went to Houston.
That was money. That was money.
But they told him you can be. He told him you could be a starter.
But they didn't want to give him an extra $4 million. That was a money thing.
Bro, James Harden would have stayed there, bro. If nobody gassed his head up like, "Hey, you can be a star. You could be this," he would have stayed there, bro.
He stayed if they'd have paid him an extra $4 million, and he was worth it.
Okay, Mike. Okay. Anyway,
he literally got traded though, like.
Because he was disgruntled, bro. At that point, you trade a superstar when that happens. But he wasn't a superstar at the time. He was
if they didn't pay him the money he was deserving of, so I get it.
So anyway, the outside influences kick in. You got a generational defense, bro. It's not going to be there forever. I give them 1 to 3. I give them 2 to 3 more years with that defense as a unit before it breaks up because of money disputes. I'm not gonna lie to you because the salary cap is only but so big. It's only but so big. And if you look at Stroud's last 17 starts,
crazy.
He's 6-9, 15 touchdowns to 12 picks. If you really want to know how bad that is, in option A's last start, he's 8-7, 21 touchdowns to 13 picks. You know who option A is? I'll give y'all a guess. Worst quarterback. No.
Cool.
The worst quarterback,
Anthony
Anthony
Richardson.
Richardson.
Anthony
Oh my
Richardson.
Just say your plan, bro.
yo.
Like, come on, bro. You literally like, come on, bro. It's levels to being horrible. It's levels to being horrible, but go ahead, Will. You got it, man. I just had to get that point out there. I just had to, bro. That hurt my heart when I saw that. It gave me faith. But it hurt my heart.
It's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. CJ Stroud is garbage, bro. It don't matter what. It don't matter what happened next year, bro. Like, respectfully.
But hey,
What is so funny?
Will know he
You can't say nothing this nigga say about quarterback shit. Nothing. Not a single word, bro.
Will know he can
Bro,
flip.
Mike, you're so mad. Bro, you're so mad. I
Bro.
think that Bryce Young's better than him, bro. You're so mad, bro.
Because it's not the truth, nigga. They no shit. Only one of them
Bro,
been
it is the truth, bro.
It's not.
It's
It might
the
be
truth,
this
bro.
year. Yeah, that's about it.
Bro,
And this year, okay. Anyways, not even important. All right. So to me personally, if I was a GM, unless you like have like a Brady year next year, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like you gotta do some real spectacular stuff for me to sign you. Like if you're very, very good, like top 5 arguable in close numbers, then I might pick up that 5th-year option. Bro, if you're not that good, because you're gonna be getting everybody back healthy. Tank Dell, Joe Mixon. I think you said that, T. Like somebody said that. You're
Yeah.
getting all your players back healthy. If you're not top 5-ish range, get out here. Like we'll go find somebody else. Like you got to really be good because what you've shown me is that you need everything to be that guy. Like you need a perfect cast of receivers. You need a perfect run game. Like, and it's not like, oh, he didn't have nobody and he was okay. Like he was legit garbage, bro. Like he's terrible.
Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Worse than that, bro. Like, and that's crazy. Like I understand Anthony Richardson had a good old line, bro. Like I understand Anthony Richardson had a good old line, right? But like it don't matter, bro. Like O-line, yes, matters. It does matter. But like you got Nico Collins outside. And then when people were moving around last year, you still had, in between the stretches of people being out. Didn't they have Diggs last year?
Yeah.
They had Diggs, Dale before he went down. You had Nico, and then people being injured in and out.
Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz. Right. So like you got except he definitely got exceptional hands. Like he's reliable. Like, you throw him the rock, he's probably gonna catch it. And Joe Mixon was healthy last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's like, all right, bro. Like
I think you had to leave
and CJ Stroud wasn't even that good last year. And then you get to this year and he's legit garbage. It's like you got to really show me that you're that guy. Like you got to come out next year and everything got to hit on all cylinders. Like you got to be up there in passing yards, up there in passing TDs, completion percentage, all of that. Like when I watch you play football, I need to say there's no one that I would want to trade that guy for in this situation. Like now, obviously we know, but in GM terms, when they go to the media, you got to be one of them guys where the GM's gonna be like, nah, we wouldn't trade him for nobody. And now I'll pick your 5th-year option up. If you don't do that,
that's your Texans team. That's who T think the Bills is.
Okay. Anyways, bro.
Hey, low key.
Bro, please stop. But yeah, other than that, it's over. Like because he hasn't shown you the ability to to have the players around him rise. Like he's missing wide open receivers. He's throwing terrible interceptions. He's having terrible fumbles. You know what I mean? And it's not in ways that like, oh, he was trying to make a play, game on the line. Like these are first down.
Nope, that would cut up.
Yeah.
That bullshit. That's what happened. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you just looked at his numbers without like watching the games, they're not that drastically different. Like, he missed 3 games this year. He had
Okay.
3,041 yards, 19 touchdowns, 8 picks this year. Last year he had 3,700, 20 touchdowns, 12 picks, and then his rookie year he had 4,100, 23 touchdowns, 5 picks. Right, but it's like if you didn't watch the games, you would think, "Oh, this nigga's not that bad. He was hurt, blah blah." But like watching this shit, like Gino said, you could see it in his eyes, bro. Like after that second pick against the Patriots, I'm looking at the nigga and I'm like, bro, it's
He
okay.
looked like he was already mentally.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, it's okay. Snap the fuck out of it. Like the defense is getting you the rock back because Drake May ain't set shit on fire this playoff run either. That nigga 50-something% completion percentage. He got 6 fumbles his damn self and a couple like 2 or 3 picks. Like, calm down, bro. It's okay. And he just like Gino said, you could just see it, bro. Like it's almost like he didn't remember, like he forgot everything he knew up to that point about football, about playing a position, and just went in the tank.
I'm gonna say this real quick, Mike, and I'm gonna throw it to you, T. I know we gotta wrap this up. Only me and Mike probably care about the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry, but I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in terms of if you play quarterback at Ohio State and you are responsible for dominance ending, that is something that stays with you for a long time. Like that is something that haunts you even as you leave and go to the NFL. That's why I said like it can be. It's almost not saying that he LeBron James because I don't want nobody to act like Green Hill. But when we saw LeBron struggling versus the Mavs, where you just mentally see a broken man. Everything that happened to him versus Jim Harbaugh, Michigan, even though he beat the Chargers last year, it's just like he just stuck in a hell cell. He just constantly same thing over and over again. I got the help, but it's on me. It's on me. You can just see it in his body and his eyes. Like it's just like the same look that was going on. And again, I don't think it get better from people getting healthy. I don't think it get better from more help. And I know we just said it would help Josh, but I think with him, the only thing that makes me trust him is I go to CJ Stroud. Can you be honest that you have a mental block? If you can be honest that you have a mental block with the defense that we have and we can get you to play like Trent Dilfer, not saying I'm picking up the 5th option, but I'm open to year 4 and year 5 us trying. If I go to you say, no, I'm good, coach. I don't need any type of sports psychologist or help. I'm packing your ass up and I'm sending you to the worst team that exists because maybe that's the only you Zach Wilson.
True, bro. Don't
send his ass to you gonna send him to the Raiders.
You gonna send him to the Jets?
Jets, Cardinals. Like, I'm getting you out of here, bro. Because mentally, if you can't be honest, it's like a drug addict. If you can't be honest to me that you have a problem, and again, we're not therapists or psychologists, so again, this is just my opinion. But if I'm the GM and I believe that if I just watch the Ohio State Michigan game, I see the same body language, I see the same eyes, I see the same dumb decision. This is mental, and if you can't tell me it's mental, you need to be with the Jets, bro. Go be with the Jets.
It's that Ryan Day anxiousness, bro. It's that Ryan Day anxiousness, bro. The way Ryan Day would coach different when we played y'all and all of a sudden start calling weird. It's that Ryan Day anxiousness, bro. It's all over his face, bro.
You know what it is? I think it's just karma, bro. Because wasn't CJ Stroud the same dude? Wasn't he the same dude that tried to like big homie Caleb? Like, hey, stop.
Big homie, the nigga who just had a bad game. Y'all niggas gotta stop dragging that shit, bro.
You better than that. Learn from your mistakes. He ain't been the same ever since then. He looked that man dead. Hey, come here. Where you going? Look. Stop turning the ball.
He ain't do all that. Niggas be dragging so bad, bro. He ain't do none of that shit.
And what happened ever since then? Caleb done turned into Patrick Mahomes.
No, slow down.
And CJ Stroud done turned into
slow down.
Patrick Mahomes, boy.
CJ Stroud Anthony Richardson.
That boy, I ain't gonna lie. That boy CJ Stroud look like Josh Rosen out there, bro.
He turned into Anthony Richardson.
That's legit who he looks like when I watch him play now.
Now we just talking, bro.
No, I swear
we being for real, bro.
Listen, I'm being like I said in the chat, man. If it don't happen next year, if you can't at the very least, get back to what you was as a rookie, it's over for me. Like it's just nothing else to go based off of why I should keep you, because that would now be 3 years of mediocre to bad football. Like it's just no reason. It's just no real reason to keep you going or keep you around. Because
You gonna kill the nigga? Talking about the reason you going. Damn.
Yeah, that's
I
what.
mean,
That's
Terrence,
what.
like, man, listen.
I ain't gonna play like that. Deserves a little headshot, bro.
That's crazy.
Nigga, you've been living in
But hey,
QB
listen, man.
purgatory for a decade,
Man,
nigga.
bro, like, listen, it's no point of us keep trying to make this work. You know, the definition of insanity, you know, doing something same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
Breaking
Like,
up with this girl.
Mhm.
That's it.
You know what, T? When you put it like that, I hope he continue to be garbage because he in my division. I hope,
That's what I'm saying.
I hope CJ Stroud never changes. I hope he remain the same guy, consistent, always. Go Stroud.
He won't be at that point.
crazy, boy. But listen, so on the other side of the ball, I want to talk about the Patriots, and I wanted to ask y'all this about Mike Vrabel specifically. So we're not going to discuss the matchups yet because I want to do that for tomorrow's show. So, you know, we discuss that thoroughly. But I want to ask y'all this when it comes to Mike Vrabel. If they do go on and beat the Broncos, which many probably believe at this point with Bo Nix's injury, what are the conversations we're having about Mike Vrabel? Because this will be a year one on a team that many did not believe will be this good. Like, people said they will be improved, but many didn't believe they'll be a team that can legitimately be in the Super Bowl, which he has a legit shot at doing right now. So, and I get it. It's caveats. Everyone's gonna always throw asterisks on things. Bo Nix gets hurt. You know, they had a cakewalk schedule for a large portion of career. I mean, not career, season, whatever the case may be. What are the conversations we're having, though? Like, is he entering another tier of coaches, or
No.
what is it?
What
I
team
think
do you
you-
have him on currently?
I think we just need to pump the brakes. Just relax. He's a damn good coach, a great leader. But you're not going to tell me
He's
you
a
have,
damn good coach.
you have the easiest schedule in the NFL. In the first round, you play Herbert and the Backstreet Bums. Then you play CJ Stroud in the
Yo, bro, that's a
Houston.
decent line, bro. That's a decent line, bro.
CJ Stroud in the Houston Baby Ponies. And then now you're going to play the Broncos
Ponies,
with
crazy.
Jared Stidham. Jared Stidham.
Watch out, bro.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. It says more about him if he loses this game. I will say. I don't care how well Sean Payton coaches. None of that. You don't got your
Exactly.
starting quarterback. You got a guy with 4 games starting experience. And I think he's what 0-4 in those games.
Wait though, the flip side.
He's actually 2-2. He played okay.
Oh, wow.
For real?
Started.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Steady.
But Drake May
No,
ain't been playing that good in the playoffs, bro. If we being honest, he got to
yeah,
play.
I'm not gonna lie. Mike Vrabel has been coaching that defense pretty damn well so far.
Yeah.
Pretty damn well.
That's his forte, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it impressive. What he does and what he is the mastermind of, quote unquote, he's doing extremely well. That's what I'm
Yeah,
but T, we got to be real, man. You treating him like he just ran a gauntlet or something, bro. Like just
Bro, you can only play who's in front of you, though.
I'm just saying, like, geez,
yeah, just
bro,
ask the question, bro. You can't ask the question.
no, bro.
he's bragging shit, bro. Like, I literally just sat here.
Man. I know T, bro. I know
All the
T.
nigga did was ask the
I
question.
asked a question, bro.
When Tavares come with the
Nigga hosting, bro.
is he reaching the conversation? It's gonna be some
Is he
bullshit.
going into
No,
bro, that's all I'm asking.
no, bro, no,
Okay, so your answer is no.
no,
You know what you say.
no, man.
I'll say it again, bro.
What's your answer? You think he going to what? First of all, what tier is he in right now?
Do you so the tier?
Is he 2 or 3?
You said what?
If the elite
What
tier
tier
is
is he in right now?
okay, listen, if the elite tier is the
coach.
Shanahan, the McVays, and
Like
stuff like
tier
that,
2.
I'll say he's a tier under. If that's
What's
the
tier
elite.
2?
Yeah,
He
basically.
would
Well,
down.
does he go to tier 1 if he wins
Yes.
the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Or
If
he
he-
beats the Broncos?
If he wins the Super
If
Bowl,
he
yeah,
wins
he
the
goes to
Super
tier
Bowl,
1
yeah.
because both of those NFC teams should win this game.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
sorry.
Yes.
Like they are both better teams, top to bottom.
Fair.
But
I agree.
Okay,
But-
I can agree with that.
but that's why coaching matters. So if he does win the Super Bowl,
Then I'll bump him up.
especially against the Rams, like the Seahawks, cool, but Sam Darnold, he ain't been good this year, so I don't expect him to do nothing spectacular. The
He
team
has
around,
either, though. That's the thing. He playing.
bro, Mike, shut the
Man,
fuck
what?
up, bro. Nobody cares.
Man, what?
Dumbass something. You just saying shit to
But
say.
you're so, bro. You're trying to cope because they smacked y'all.
So he hasn't had to do anything. So he's a
I
routine.
thought you were talking about us.
I know a nigga that went home in a wild card ain't talking to me about this shit.
God
Bro,
damn.
what the fuck
Bro,
is you
I
talking
never,
about?
bro.
You
I
couldn't even
told
score
y'all,
points. You played CJ Stroud
bro,
and scored 6 points. Shut up, nigga. Don't say nothing else.
bro. I don't care, bro.
Hey,
Now you don't care. That's all
wait,
boy.
time out,
I
time out.
know.
Didn't the Texans defense score more than the offense?
Right. The fuck out of here.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, I think that's more of an indictment on CJ Stroud, bro.
How?
The defense scored more than the offense on that game, I think, bro.
Then both offenses.
They
The
did.
offense still scored points, nigga. That's not that shit to do with nothing.
Bro,
Either way, though,
that's
I think
terrible.
I think it says more about him
Um,
if he loses. But if he goes and wins, yeah, I think you gotta at least going into next season, you gotta say he's a tier 1 coach going into the next season. And then, maybe you want to put him borderline. And then depending how next season goes, if he has a great year like this year, then solidify him in that spot. But he at least got to be borderline if he wins the Super Bowl.
I
Because
can say
both of
he
those
knocked at the
teams,
door, bro. I agree with you. I can say he knocked at the door because unless he pulls something like Shanahan did, bro, 'cause I don't know how.
bro, what you mean knock at the door? He
49ers
just won the Super Bowl, bro.
Bro, I don't know how, unless he do what Shanahan did with the great value 49ers, bro. If he do something like that, bro, he the GOAT.
Hold on, I got a question. Y'all got people on the tier with Andy Reid.
Yes, I think.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Y'all
Yeah,
have
got to.
with Andy Reid.
Got to.
I think.
I'm sorry. If you're a god tier coach, like how we put Belichick, like Belichick's a god tier coach every single year, unless Brady was out. They're
Well,
winning the division no matter what.
every
It don't
single
matter
year
who was on the team.
Hold on, every single year with New England.
Of course, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
No, I'm saying like Reid was better in Philadelphia than he was in Cleveland.
But he also had a much longer stint, and he also had much better players being drafted to that team.
Yeah,
I
think he was also much just better overall coach and developer than Belichick at that time.
So you feel like
Who you talking about, Gino?
So then Reed's better than Belichick then.
Talking their younger versions.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Hey, listen, like I said.
So hold on.
If Andy Reid could get another Super Bowl, I'll listen to the conversation. I'm not gonna lie.
I say this.
Fuck no.
I say this. Hold on. I say this, Will, though. If you just want to say that Cleveland is just a bad organization and throw that away, I'm cool with that. I don't have an issue with that. I'm cool with that.
But no, just on some real shit though. Like if anyone, like, we know when players go there, we say they're destined for doom. When coaches go there, they're destined for doom. So how are we gonna put that? Even though we can say, oh well, Bill Belichick's supposed to be the GOAT, yada yada. Everyone in the organization is completely incompetent from top to bottom. If he's the only competent person, I'm sorry, I can't put that on him.
I'm not holding that against the Browns.
I'm fine with that.
Since forever of their franchise existence, so I'm not holding that against.
But he went somewhere that was just the slightest bit competent.
But like I said, I will say this, man. Andy Reid, Philadelphia Eagles, what he made, I think it was 5 straight NFC championship appearances. Went to KC, turned that around, got Mahomes, and created a dynasty. Damn. I'm just saying, if Andy Reid could get another ring, bro, I'm not saying I believe he'll be over Bill, because I still think I'll take Bill. I will listen to that.
Bill got 2 separate dynasties with the same team.
No, I'm not saying putting him. I'm not saying putting him directly over Bill. But I'm just saying like the coaches right now. What coach do y'all feel like is on the tier with Andy Reid?
Nobody.
If we're talking about in today's game, just today, not in terms of career and accolades and shit. I genuinely believe Sean McVay is that good of a coach. I think he's going to be a Hall of Fame coach when it's all said and done.
Okay, for sure. And I'm cool. That's why I guess for me, it's tier 1 Reid, McVay, and it actually is tier 2. I don't feel like those other. Even if you win a Super Bowl, Sirianni. Even though I'm Dan Campbell lawyer, Dan Campbell.
I'm not high on Sirianni.
I'm not putting. I feel like I just
put merchant
to win multiple championships. No matter, even again, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, great quarterback. We feel like right now better than Drake May. I still feel like to win multiple and sustain it, that's like tier 1. And then those guys with a championship is tier 2, and then there's a drastic tier 3.
So if that's the logic, then right, I think you can make an argument for Mike Vrabel being over all of those dudes if he made the Super Bowl in tier 2.
You're saying that he would be the king of tier 2, or he just jumps to tier 1.
I think he would be the king of tier 2. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's good. But if you talking
Yeah,
about
he's
just
better
throwing
than
him
he's
in-
better than
who's
Siri.
in,
He's
so wait,
definitely better
how
than
many
Siri.
niggas is in tier 1 though? 5 maybe.
Nah,
Maybe.
No, hell no, hell no.
I say
hell no,
maybe
hell no.
See, the only
I'm asking. I'm not saying.
I
I'm
say
dude,
Shanahan.
the only coach
McVay,
I
Shanahan.
cannot give him the grace of being over if we're saying he's in tier 2 is Kyle Shanahan. But that depends on what you got Kyle Shanahan at.
Colin won.
Shanahan's the
Yeah,
one, bro.
Shanahan got to be up there in one, bro. He made what 2 Super Bowls, and then he been to a couple NFC Championship games, bro. I
Bro,
mean,
the man turned around Jimmy Garoppolo. He hid the deficiencies of Jimmy Garoppolo.
no, he ain't
Like,
hide him. He just built a team around him to
that's
limit his
how you got
play.
these
Just
That's
like
odd, them niggas. You give him everything the way he still fucked it up.
I
Too.
about to say the nigga literally
he overthrew the TD.
the
Some
He
man.
could have
I'm talking
stopped
about
the
it, nigga.
dynasty
Shut up.
before it
Next
ever started, bro.
The
Can we
man, the
get
man
another
had
topic,
Colin
bro?
Kaepernick looking like
Niggas pissing me off again, bro. Can we get another topic, bro?
wait, hold on now.
But yeah, I feel like them three is tier 1: Shanahan, McVay, and Andy Reid.
That's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Hey, so that's fine. I want to move off into the next topic then, and we're gonna stay on the same subject, just a different team. So Mike McDonald right now, if we all know, as we just said, Sam Darnold has not been this guru at the quarterback position, especially not when it matters. I mean, I think he threw 127 yards in the playoff game. So he hasn't been lights out, and Mike McDonald has come in and literally transformed that defense from a bottom 10 defense to arguably the best defense in the league. Arguably, I mean, they've been that good.
Top
So
5. We'll just.
man, that shit.
I mean, it's a top to me. I think it's a top 3 unit, but
I mean, yeah, but people can debate whatever they want.
yeah, for sure. But regardless, he's flipped that defense completely, and he has them playing winning football. If he goes out there and he wins the Super Bowl, which is a real possibility, with Sam Darnold and the defense he has structured with the system he put in place, what are we now saying about Mike McDonald?
Nothing.
You think no?
I think he's still tier 2. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's still
because T, we saw the same thing. T, we saw the same thing with the Vikings last year.
I'm saying
Sam Darnold is very serviceable.
No, it's not the same thing with the Vikings.
The
Vikings lost.
He has to win the Super Bowl, bro.
He has his flaws. He has his flaws.
Please shut the fuck up. You're talking about something
Man,
completely
listen,
different than what he's
I
talking
hear
about.
what you're saying. We just saying, bro, if you put that elite defense around Sam Darnold, bro, you can go far. He just got to be Trent Dilfer with elite defense, and you can go far. Honestly.
But the thing is, though, Briz,
he won the Super Bowl, bro.
That's what I'm saying. We're factoring in if he wins the Super Bowl.
You're making that seem like that's not the most important part of football.
We're not talking about just winning 14 games and going one and done. We're talking about winning the ultimate game in year 2 as a head coach.
Lombardi.
We can't just say he doesn't change in terms of how we view him. Like, if you want to say he's still tier 2, okay.
Yeah. But then I think you said about
top 5
Vrabel, I think it would be like the same thing. He's like the king of tier 2, and you guys see what he does next year.
Will.
I'm just speaking reasonable conversation. You over here talking about he got Sam Darnold show you. Shut the fuck up.
So wouldn't that be more of a tip of the cap to him though if he wins the Super Bowl?
It would be because I think Sam Darnold hasn't been that good.
So then he definitely has to be the king of tier 2.
So Sam go out there at 127 is
if you win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold as your fucking quarterback, you're the king of something, my nigga. I'm sorry. We all think the nigga suck. So if you win a Super Bowl with that nigga, he has to elevate to the king of tier 2. Hey man, put your scarf back on, Erica Badu.
Listen, man, I'm just saying, bro. Like, if we go on that road, and we're talking about like this is, as we all know, this is a result-oriented driven league. Like,
right,
you're only as good as the last game you played and the last game you coached. If he could go into the second year of his career after a year removed from having Geno Smith and DK Metcalf and an inconsistent offensive game, and he goes out and replaces these dudes with in-house talent and Sam Darnold, gang, I'm sorry, bro. Like, we got to be having these conversations about this man working his way in the top 5 coaches in the league. Like, we have to. Because, like, who else do we believe can come in and do that in 2 years? I don't think it's possible.
Hold on. How? Oh, you got it, bro. Go ahead. I'm not even gonna bring that up.
What you say, Will?
No, it don't even matter. Go ahead, T.
Nah, you good. But anything else y'all want to add though before I move on?
Oh
If
man,
you
what I
gonna move on, then yeah, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I do want to say.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
want to say it. I do want to say it.
All right,
So,
move on. Nah, shut up.
Nah, just say it, then we move on. I want to hear this.
so you said that Sirianni's not a good coach, bro, but he's been to two
He
Super
lives off his
Bowls,
OCs, bro. He lives off his
bro.
OCs.
Bro,
No,
every
they don't. No, they do not. That's not no.
well, that's not what I was about to say, bro. Hold on a second. I can't speak because I knew you was going to rap, so it fucked me up.
Nah, because you was about
Every
to say some
every
dumb
coach
shit.
needs
That's
good coordinators, bro. Every coach needs good coordinators, bro.
every coach does need good coordinators, but every coach should be able. Not every coach. Let me reword this right.
Bro, but what
Every coach should
you're
be
making
able
it
to
seem like he didn't
sustain
just
a
have a
system at
legit
first.
bum in Kevin Patullo, though. Like it wasn't like
He hired them.
okay, sometimes you make wrong decisions. That don't mean nothing. But
Nah, it
the
don't
the
mean that.
coach himself, the
Yeah, you
coach
make
him,
us every day and choose to be a Steelers
Come
fan. So
on,
you got
bro.
a point.
It means a lot.
Mike,
If you can
your chair's creaking, bro.
I'm not
Put
even
your
on a
mute on.
chair, so now I know you lying. Goof ass.
this,
cricket.
this
Nigga,
nigga got sit on the fridge.
nigga
Fuck out
listening
of
in
here.
hard for butt noise. Oh, goofy ass.
What?
Hold on, let me say that real quick. And again, Mike already gonna know this is bias. I don't really care. I also judge these coaches, man, off of how much I feel like they are close to being a schematic genius.
wait, Gino, before you continue,
Go ahead.
this. Let me just add this.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
so happy you said that shit. Because when we talk about Nick Sirianni, we're talking about the literal coach who knew he was not good enough to call plays and gave it up. Like that's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, and that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that was crazy. But we're talking about a head
It wasn't
coach
good enough, so he gave it up.
who literally gave up play calling, bro, on both sides of the ball. Like he's literally said, "I gotta go fight." Well, he wasn't calling both plays on both sides. But I'm saying, like, he literally went out and said, "I need to find veteran presence in the locker room for these positions and these hires because I simply put." I'm not capable of doing that shit. I'm just a motivating guy. Like that's who I am.
T on a rampage, man. Hey, T said, I gotta find veteran presence for these positions because I can't do it. It's too hard.
Yeah, gave it up on both sides of the ball.
First of all, I did not say the too hard part. You were going crazy.
My boy sitting in that corner of the room, hotel chair, guys.
He said gave it up on both sides of the ball. I was just,
you niggas is crazy.
But but I'm just like all BS aside, bro. I'm just saying, like it to me, that says a lot about you as a coach. When you, I'm not saying every coach could call plays or design plays or schemes, whatever the case, because all coaches don't. I don't think that's who you feel me. Dan Campbell was when he first became a coach. I know he started doing it now, but that wasn't his bread and butter per se. So it's like you got certain guys who make a living off of just being able to be a leader amongst men, and maybe Nick Sirianni can be that. But when you see him interact with players on the sidelines, with certain individuals, he does not give that to me that these guys follow him. I don't get that from him. Like it's so much turmoil and just disgruntled news that comes out of Philadelphia. It seems like to me, it's almost like they're trying to make it seem like they have to blame someone in order to save jobs. At least that's what it be how I view it.
No lie, I think he's limited, bro. I think with Jalen Hurts, his discrepancy, I think he's limited, honestly. But because when he was the OC in Indy, he had Andrew Luck, Phillip Rivers, and Jacoby Brissett, and they were doing damn good under him because they can traditionally throw the football. They can read defense. They can do what they can do.
So you said
they didn't have the Eagles roster. They didn't have that defense or those weapons, bro. I'm just saying.
Hurts?
Say it again.
You saying it's Jalen Hurts?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, he's trash. What the
hell? Like, what you mean? You the same one that said Mike McDonald's and Tua, right?
Gang. I'm not. I don't
think none of that's necessary. I think we should, even if we don't think that Sirianni's a schematic genius, we don't think he's the best leader. He's obviously smart enough to get coordinators in that know what they're doing to get him to where he needs to go. So he's smart enough somewhere to do his job. I just feel like it's disingenuous to say a man who's made 2 Super Bowls in what, the past 4 or 5 years is not that good of a coach. Like, I don't know. That
Yeah.
feels a little disingenuous
But
because coaching is literally based off of your results. And he's led the division what, 3 of the past 5 years, been to 2 Super Bowls. I
Seems
think
like
that's
every year.
Yeah. I'm real quick, Will. I didn't say this, and I'll go find that clip later. Shady. Obviously, we know Shady McCoy, not no fucking Shady. We know Shady McCoy feel like a lot of those decisions that we talked about that benefited Sirianni comes from Howie. How do you feel about that?
I mean, he could feel however he wants, but if he didn't say he knows specifically, then I'm not taking it.
he be saying he got stores.
Pause. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Then he got building.
Yeah. So
I think Shady got CTE, man.
But also, it comes to a point where if that was the case, why wouldn't they go find a coach who's actually good, who actually could do these things? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't seem like a smart thing for an organization to do, to keep a underwhelming coach around. So I just feel like Shady's still a little disgruntled because of how everything ended in Philly. Not gonna lie, like that's kind of what it always seems to me when he doesn't speak highly of him, because it'd be stuff that doesn't really make sense to me personally.
Mhm.
But that's my opinion. Like, you wouldn't keep a coach if you're a GM. You wouldn't keep a coach there that doesn't know how to do his job. You wouldn't just keep hiring great coordinators and keep a terrible head coach. You know what I mean? Like, that don't make sense.
We've seen teams do that. They just finally fired him this offseason, so you can't say that either. But
And then at the end of the day, he is getting the most value out of what Jalen Hurts can do on the football field. But let's be real, bro. He's drawing up stuff. Like, he's in those meetings scheming up stuff to actually make Jalen Hurts look like a competent quarterback until it all implodes.
Shane Steichen did that.
Well, Shane Steichen wasn't there this year.
No, I'm just saying if that's the argument, it's not a good one because Shane Steichen got the most out of Jalen Hurts.
And Shane Steichen is doing what in Indy with Anthony Richardson?
And Steichen was there last year.
Daniel Jones played extremely well.
Daniel Jones is not Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I already told you how I feel about the AR situation. So
Yeah, we're never gonna touch that. Hey, yo,
please,
that's your big homie. You know, that's your big homie.
It's not about that, gang. I'm just saying we
You
do not revert back to
the man, a better rapper than football player.
All right. Let's just move on, bro.
Yeah, that's not saying much, but go ahead.
I'm about to break this laptop.
This nigga is crazy. But listen, so about the matchups that we're going to speak on. Like I said, we're going to speak on that next week. But I do want to get into not next week,
tomorrow.
But I do want to get into the coaches that have been hired so far, and I just want to get y'all quick thoughts on it so we can wrap the show up with the last topic. But I wanted to hear what y'all thought about John Harbaugh going to the New York Giants. What are y'all thoughts on that? I'm gonna start with you. What you got?
Who'd you say?
John Harbaugh going to the Giants.
No, you said me. I'm gonna start.
No, I was saying Gino.
Oh,
Can't hear it, bro. I'm sorry.
Will can go first.
All right, go ahead.
That's his old rival.
Eager beaver.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think it's gonna do anything for like the offense. I don't think it's gonna do anything for Jackson Dart specifically. We seen Harbaugh already almost lose his job in Baltimore because he couldn't get anything out of he couldn't get good play out of Joe Flacco anymore. And then Lamar came and saved his career. Like, he's not someone who builds, schemes and such, just like we talked about. Like,
yeah, he was a special
team.
A lot of people forget
right.
that.
And their special teams, I mean, been good for the most part. His tenure there, but I don't see this. I don't know. To me, this ain't the right move. I wouldn't have went and got him to lead my organization. I would have went and found an offensive-minded head coach, because you get a young Jackson Dart, you get Cam Scatterbo, you get Malik Neighbors. You can go and draft another receiver. I mean, you could have literally set this offense off next year. Like, this offense could have went crazy next year. And now I think you kind of put it in a stalemate, because not only is John Harbaugh terrible in situational play calling, he's also terrible at scheming offenses. Like, when he doesn't have a good offensive coordinator, he is legit terrible. So I think it was a terrible move for them to go and get Harbaugh. But that's just my opinion.
What you got, Gino?
I think what the Giants should have did is too late because since Mike McDaniels wanted to be an OC, I'm a strong believer in Jesse Minter, and I believe that the Giants should have got Jesse Minter as their head coach and then Mike McDaniels as their OC. Because from that point, you have two schematic geniuses. Or if you feel like Brian Flores is the better pick, take Brian Flores. I
Yeah.
think that the Giants had I think the Giants had a chance to get a defensive head coach who could keep making that defensive line better. And then Mike McDaniel seemed content to be an OC for whatever time. So you could kill two birds with one stone. Head coach take care of defense. He take care of offense. You get to help Dart for maybe 1 or 2 years, however long McDaniel, because it seems like people still want to hire him to be a head coach, but you get 1 or 2 years of help. Like I feel like what Los Angeles has now is what the Giants could have had, and they could have made the defense better and get Dart and that offense the help that they need to bring out the best in them. That I just don't know if John Harbaugh can do, because I just feel like if I get the defensive coach and I get the great offensive mind, a lot of the problems for the Giants is kind of taken care of. And then from that point, just draft good upstairs. We can progress. We can develop. I just don't trust John Harbaugh to develop at this point. And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I think I read an article where they were going to give him the power to even pick players and all of that. If I'm wrong on that, let me know.
Now, I think some of that was a little bit of clickbait, but I do know he wanted a hand or like some kind of like shoe in the door in terms of players that are being brought in for sure. But I mean, I think that's with any prominent coach though.
Yeah,
Right.
but I just don't trust him I personally don't trust him at this point. And I think that they had an opportunity to get the two smartest guys, in my opinion, on the market and mentoring McDaniels. Or if you want to go Flores because you feel like he's a better leader, I'm fine with that. Flores and McDaniels. Flores is head coach, McDaniels is offensive coordinator. And now you put that young offense and that young defense in kind of the best position possible to learn. Is to where all that talent gets the development and coaching that they need. Where at that point, I feel like you're in a good position. So I think they missed the ball on that. And that's only something that can be bore out over actually just watching how the Chargers develop. The Charger development would tell us if that's what the Giants should have did as far as what I suggested anyway.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What you got, Mike?
I don't mean too much of shit. He couldn't win with Lamar Jackson. So I mean, the fuck you gonna do with a second year quarterback that's concussion prone already? A running back who wanted to be a WWE wrestler, a receiver who was elite but is coming back off a torn ACL.
Damn, elite.
Is not an elite receiver. I didn't say he was.
No, he ain't no.
Him as an individual player. I'm not talking about he's the top 5 in the league or something like that. He's not an elite receiver.
I don't know if I'm giving him that, but
Okay, great. Well, I will. He's an elite receiver who's coming back off a torn ACL, and then the defense, you got all these overpaid motherfuckers. The secondary's ass, but your linebackers aren't that good, really. It's really just your front line that's really good. Your front 4 or 5 or whatever, consider how many guys you got to rotate.
funny in the secondary too, man.
Secondary need help real bad. Like they on life support back there. It's ridiculous. So and then he's not a guy that seems to uplift or galvanize guys to do better or improve. Like he's not the issues that they were having with him in Baltimore is that he wasn't connecting with team members, players. He wasn't building a relationship. And those are veteran players. Now you're going to a team full of young niggas. So the only people you're going to be close to is who? What, Dexter Lawrence or Brian Burns that are veterans? Everybody else you're just going to kind of stiff on? Like, what? I don't think it was a good fit. And they paid that nigga like he was a player. $20 million a year for 5.
Yeah.
Fuck. For a nigga that just got fired for not being able to get it done with a top 5 player, I'm going to turn around and then give you $100 million? They needed a veteran coach, in my opinion. Yes. But he was not the coach that I would have chosen for that job. There's so many other people I'd have gave that job to. I'd have given him for Brian Flores. I'd have given him for Mike McDaniel. I'd have gave Mentor a shot, maybe, if the other veterans did. I'd have gave the Jim Schwartz first, to be honest, before him. But they raised that bed, and now they got to lay in it. So when they get to getting deep fried, and we wondering 2 years in why everything looked the exact same or worse, they'll be cutting him and sending him on his way and still on that man $60 million on the book.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Breeze, what you got, bro?
Honestly, I just think it's interesting. Just like, I'm not too high or too low about it. I just really think the Giants are in a place right now where they're looking there. They're like, okay, we got our quarterback, we got our wide receiver one. Our running back room isn't the strongest, but it's young. It's room for growth, room for development. We got a nice front seven. We can plug in pieces and draft, to fill out the rest of the defense and the offense. I like Theo Johnson as a tight end. I think he's pretty solid. What happened? Say it again.
My fault, bro. I think that he's an underrated piece. Like, I don't think that people even respect what he is.
Yeah, he's solid. I ain't gonna lie, he's solid in my eyes. And then so I think they're looking at it like our only way is up at this point, because I don't think he can get much worse than this. They're at the bottom of the division. No, I think them and the Commanders, but the Commanders, I give them a break because Jaden Daniels was hurt most of the year. No, I'm just saying, like, they weren't. I didn't expect them to be world dominators with Jaden Daniels hurt for the most of the year. So I think right now they're going to be battling for maybe third in the foreseeable future. I do think with the defense, if they can shore up some pieces there, they can give Dallas a run for their money, because Dallas can't stop anybody. So I think the division is always going to be Philly and the Commanders with the help of Jaden Daniels. But I think moving forward, like, I'm interested. Like, I can't say I'm sold on it completely, but I can't say I'm mad at it, because when you got a bunch of young guys, the culture there does seem kind of immature. It doesn't seem like the most disciplined culture there. Like, I still see Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterwood like running around New York like knuckleheads and stuff like that. I think Harbaugh would like implement some structure at that point. But I'm interested, man. I do want to see how they progress moving forward. Now, am I expecting Harbaugh to go, Super Bowl or nah? But I'm interested to see how.
Isn't it?
Say it again.
That's not the expectation. You giving them $20 million a year.
I'm saying, but where they're at right now, I do expect to see massive growth and development, bro. I don't expect to see I don't expect to see off the rip like year 2 of Super Bowl. Nah. Maybe next year finish a 3 seed or something like that. And then the next year you may be a wild card team. Like, I don't want to see we finish a 3 seed and then the next year we're at the bottom of the whole division. Like, nah, it needs to be just leveling up, bro. Just constant ascension. That's it. It can't be no backtracking, no none of that.
Okay. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna here, but I think John Harbaugh is gonna show exactly why his career was saved by Lamar Jackson. But that's another conversation. But I want to get off into the last topic. I didn't realize the time we had. We're about to reach 2 hours, but I want to get into the last topic of the show, man. Hey, listen. So we got a king of the hill, man. All time receiver quarterback duos. So I'm gonna give y'all some names. You know how it go. We're gonna pick whoever we think is a better duo. So the first duo I got for y'all, man, I got Andrew Luck, T.Y. Hilton, and I got Russell Wilson and Doug Baldwin.
Andrew Luck and T.Y. Like at their peak, or you mean like careers?
He's at their best, yeah.
Oh yeah, Andrew Luck and T.Y.
And this ain't even because of bias, bro, but
Yeah, Luck the best player out of that quad, so Andrew Luck and T.Y.
Yeah, I think the receivers are in like the same realm, but the quarterback is where it really separates.
All right, okay. So Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton move on. Next duo I got for y'all, I got Tony Romo and I got Terrell Owens.
Tony Romo.
T.O. and Tony Romo.
Yeah, man. T.O.
peak.
Yeah, T.O. at his peak. Like, come on, man. This is top 3 all time, bro.
Okay.
Like, he has to be on the Cowboys.
Even at that point, he was still elite at that point, bro.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. But
He
it's
was
not
still
like
elite.
it's not like the best year, To. You know
Nah,
what I'm saying?
we're saying out there peaking the uniform, bro. Like that's
Yeah. Okay. Just
Yeah,
making sure because that'd be crazy. Like,
and then we can say what we want about Tony Romo, but Tony Romo was Mahomes before Mahomes, bro. He was doing the spin around,
all
break
right,
tackles.
let's just take it easy. Can we move on,
I
bro?
ain't saying winning wise,
let's
bro.
stop,
I'm
bro.
not
Next
saying
duo,
winning.
please.
Let's move
Yeah.
on.
Next.
Let's move on, bro. Let's move on. Uh, so next duo. Speaking of Mahomes, we got Pat Mahomes. We got Tyreek Hill.
Mahomes and Tyreek.
Over who's the against T.O. and what? Romo?
Theo and Tony Romo.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm. Yeah, Mahomes is the best.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Go next one.
Mahomes and Mahomes and Ty. I mean Mahomes, Mahomes and Tyreek.
Mahomes and Littlefinger.
So Mahomes and Tyreek Hill move on. So the next duo, I got Matthew Stafford and Megatron himself, Calvin Johnson.
Stafford and Megatron.
So what gap?
I don't care what y'all talking about, bro. I'm
Is
gonna
the
be
gap
honest. I don't
between
give a fuck, dude.
Is the gap between Megatron and Tyreek bigger than the gap between Pat and Matt? That's how you got to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Megatron and Stafford.
Hey, yo.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm rolling with Mahomes and Tyreek, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, kick
Gino,
him off the pot, bro.
What you got, Gino?
Pat, Staff, and Med.
All right.
Who you got, T?
yeah, you got a tiebreaker on that one.
No, it's not. It's 3-2.
Gino voted for Stafford and
Me
Megatron.
too.
Yeah, so it would be three
I
of us.
thought you picked. You was using
Nah,
your head. Good job, boy.
Nah, you picked Matt Stafford and Megatron. But
Proud of you, nephew.
But let's go into it. So Matthew Stafford, Megatron, they move on. So the next duo I got for y'all, man, I got Big Ben and I got Antonio Brown.
Stafford, Megatron, still. Unfortunately,
It's gonna go Stafford Megatron, bro.
it's Big Ben
Yeah.
fault, but yeah.
I mean, Detroit, they were glorified losers, but that I'm not gonna lie, that was some exciting shit to watch, man. I never enjoyed losing football that much.
Okay.
Nigga complimenting and talking shit at the same time.
Bro, like let's be real, bro. Stafford to go out there throw for 500, Megatron have 1,000 receiving yards and they lose.
Sound like Josh Allen now. Go ahead.
But what you got, Will, man?
Niggas just said,
Bro, it don't matter.
Megatron.
Three of them pick Stafford and Megatron, bro. It don't even matter.
Oh,
Let's go.
Gino,
Now.
you picked Stafford too?
Yeah.
No, he picked Stafford and
I didn't-
Megatron. Bro, if it's even remotely close, don't ever do that again. If it's even remotely close, you know he's gonna pick them, bro.
I'm just asking, bro. Damn. But all right. So Stafford and Megatron both move on again. So the next duo I got Matt Ryan, I got Julio Jones.
Come on, Matthew Stafford and Megatron, bro.
We ain't even got to vote, bro. Next.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one I got Tom Brady, I got Randy Moss.
I'm rating Randy Moss.
Next.
Yeah, Tom and Randy. We can go ahead.
So Tom and Randy. Okay, so Tom Brady and Randy Moss.
We might as well just end here, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah, hell no.
Next we gonna hear Fitzpatrick and Waddle.
Chill out, bro.
The next duo we got, and this is the last duo. I got Joe Montana and I got Jerry Rice.
Joe and Jerry.
Brady and Moss,
man.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Mike, you are a homer, bro.
Nigga, I nothing to do with being a homer, nigga. We talking about a nigga that got over 200 touchdowns, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
The king
gonna have to break the tie.
Oh wait, you picking Joe too, Gino?
Only because they got them 2 rings because they stayed together. That's really it.
Yeah, and the nigga you stick them.
Now niggas want to talk about rings. My boy Ben got a ring though.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna.
All I'm gonna say, my boy Ben got a ring, nigga. Fuck is you niggas talking about? We talking about best in their uniform. Ben got a ring. He was talking about glorified losers. Now we throwing rings in.
Okay, well, even if we take the rings out, nigga, they were the best in their uniform.
Brady and Moss had a better
year.
They had a better year than
one
Joe Montana. Bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
You don't know how to count. Which one is more?
Bro, I can't count up to your weight limit, nigga. What are you talking about?
Go ahead, Saj. He's just stretching them bandanas out, big ear ass niggas.
Hey T, I'm disappointed. Why would you put Luck and T.Y. Hilton in there? Why you ain't say Peyton and Marvin or something like?
That wasn't what he wanted to do.
Like, come on, bro.
But I
Bro,
wanted to throw in some
bro,
research. Also, sit from the past. That's it.
you wanted him to put Peyton
break
and
the tie, bro.
Marvin in there, bro.
I'm just
Bro,
saying, bro. You
had
put
his-
Luck and Ty, who
glory
accomplished what? An AFC
Boy,
championship
literally
game?
won the last King of the Hill we did. He had his glory. It's okay. But
Bro, I ain't gonna lie though. Brady and Moss that year were better than any year of
okay,
Montana and Rice, just as players, bro. Like we can say whatever we want, but as players, that year was better than any year
Problem is,
Montana and Rice had together, bro.
the
Oh,
problem
yeah,
is
I would
one
agree
year.
with that
That's the
that
problem.
year.
1 year versus like 6 years together.
Bro, but we're talking about them at their peaks that
In
year,
the
bro.
uniforms, nigga.
Yes, nigga, you stupid fuck.
Okay,
That's what I'm
dickhead.
talking about.
Together in them uniforms, Montana and Rice were better than Tom and Randy.
Hold on. Let me ask you, Tia. We doing? Because I'm thinking we doing like body of work. So we doing.
we doing in the uniform when they
They're-
Look.
at their best.
Let's end it right. Let's end it right
Yes.
here. Brady is
Yes.
the GOAT, undisputed GOAT. There's arguments where people put Randy Moss over Jerry Rice. That's all you need to know right there.
Niggas
That's
was
it.
trying to put Pat Mahomes over
Bro.
Brady after 3
That's
rings.
Bro, Mike, shut the fuck up, bro. No one wants to hear you talk, bro.
Nah.
Gino.
People,
So this is. Hold on. So is this just peak or just window?
He said in the uniform, bro.
in the uniform, so it's in the
Them at their
window.
best in that
It
uniform.
was at their best in that uniform.
At
Then
their best. Then yeah, I'm gonna go New England. At their best.
Because
Thank
Randy
you.
had
Thank
Randy
you.
had the
And-
most receivers touchdowns, right? Of all time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
wide
in a single season.
Season, yeah.
Yeah, I
Come
think.
on, bro. Like, come on, Mike.
Bro,
Like,
Him and
thank
Brady
you,
both-
bro.
Yeah,
Now Rice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think he beat Rice by 1.
yeah, he did.
now you
Rice
should
did. Rice did his in 12 games, wasn't it, Mike?
He had more yards too, right?
In 12, correct. But go ahead.
have got serious, man. Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson.
In his 12 games.
Come on, bro.
He had 22 touchdowns in 12 games. But all right. Next.
Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson.
All right,
Clearly.
since Gino switched sides, then so I guess that means Brady and Moss are the winners. Tom Brady and Randy Moss are the winners of the King.
Bro, no doubt they was gonna be the winners, bro.
But
Come
just
on,
so
now.
we know, from now on, we doing their best season.
Right.
Just so I'm not confused. Best season. Okay. Not spent best season. Okay.
Yeah, Ben and AB should have won.
Justin
Boo.
Fields and Garrett Wilson, man.
That's all right, nigga. Find a quarterback for next year while you making jokes, nigga.
We got one.
The AR show.
Bro,
We got
Bro,
one.
y'all got a quarterback and haven't won a Super Bowl, bro. So okay.
Let him cook.
All right, so look, man.
you
we
didn't
ended
get
up- Listen,
Listen.
I appreciate y'all boys always, man, coming out showing love. We will be live tomorrow for those who tuned in. So y'all go ahead and hit like, subscribe, tune in tomorrow. 8:30 will be the time for tomorrow. So if you're not here, you go ahead. You always can play it back on the YouTube channel, but you do have to follow first, subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified when we do go live, and you can follow me on multiple other platforms, man. So before we head out, y'all got anything y'all want to add?
Pittsburgh Steelers 2026 Super Bowl.
Hey, T, let them know about your merch giveaway, man. You slacking. You slipping on your pimping, man.
Oh no, I was gonna do that tomorrow, but you're right. I should do it every episode. So listen, we are doing a giveaway for those who want to have opportunity to possibly win some of that. You do have to comment and you do have to follow on all platforms. That will be the criteria in order to be put in the hat, essentially, to possibly win the apparel. So if you are interested, remember, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok. All my socials are in my bio on TikTok as well. So if you just go there, you will see everything there.
What's the apparel, bro?
It's going to be either, I'm like, when I do DM the person, whoever it may be who wins, I'm going to give them their choice of either a hoodie set or they could have, pretty much a workout set I'm starting to make. I'm going to get back into that. And also, I get them a signed basketball.
Okay. That's what's up, bro.
But yeah, so that'll be it for the show tonight, man. I appreciate y'all again. I'll see y'all tomorrow, bro.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
What's up?
Will.